We used to talk about numbers, we used to talk about outputs, and now we're talking about outcomes. So rather than saying we're serving 100 people, we're diving deeply down and talking about taking a few of those 100 people and telling the story of how those people are personally impacted, how their families are impacted, how the community is impacted.
Kenny was diagnosed at an early age with cerebral palsy and autism, and he was considered mentally challenged. And I wanted him to learn how to swim. I found out about the scholarship fund, and it's been a blessing to us. Kenny's made many friends down here, and you'll see he gets in the deep pool and without floaties, and he can swim, he can float, he can do it.
The YMCA has started an initiative. It's called the Day Camp Upgrade. And basically what we're doing is we're trying to prevent summer learning loss.
Summer learning loss is a very serious epidemic that's been happening across the country, really. People have been coming back to school and almost being 6 months behind on their learning from where they left off. We believe that if students get some learning throughout the summer, that when they graduate or when they go back to school, then they will be ahead of the game.
We have this program, it's called Dynamic Rotations. And there's 4 different concepts through our dynamic rotations. There's reading, engage, create, which gives them their art aspect through the day. And then we have explore. Explore is our athletic concept out of the day.
As I was growing up through camp, just as a camper, is when I realized I really liked helping out with the younger kids in the day camp, which is why I became a counselor apprentice. It was a passion of mine to help teach kids and help them reach their full potential.
Coming to Boardman and seeing that we had something like this, I was just in complete and utter shock when I saw all of this. I think it's such a wonderful thing.
The first time I'd ever heard about Camp Fitch was probably 7th grade. I was in middle school and I was in the gifted education program, so I got to do all kinds of cool field trips and stuff with that. And our principal had a strong connection with Camp Fitch, and he created this program called LIT. Wanted me to come up when I was old enough, and it was the most amazing 2 weeks of my life. It was a complete turning point. I mean, I was really going through a dark time in my life. I really didn't know where I was going directional wise, and I just had no idea, but this kind of brought the light to me, I guess.
Robert Lawrence is on our staff right now, and he's been on our staff for this past year. It really just sparked in him. You could just tell right away, this guy is going to be a camp guy, maybe for the rest of his life.
I just like to say thanks for everything. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be the person I am today without the Y movement and all the people's donations that, helped me and helped other campers develop.
Some people look at the Y and see a gym. I look at the Y and see a social service agency that fosters, healthy living. And I think that's something that the diabetes program, that Live Strong, that all are going to benefit, particularly as the population matures and ages. I think we need to focus on healthy living and, preventing disease.
The diabetes prevention program has a great opportunity to help a lot of people really change their life by helping them to reduce their disease risk. It's a year-long program where people learn about healthier eating, physical activity, and making lifestyle modifications so that they can really enjoy life and improve their health.
Live Strong of the YMCA is a program for cancer survivors regardless of wherever stage they are at with their survivorship. It's a fitness class that helps improve cardiovascular fitness, their strength, their endurance, flexibility, balance, because with cancer and also with medication, a lot of times they become deconditioned and have a lot of side effects.
They started out slow and it worked for everybody. Everybody was able to do the exercises. I felt like I was tackling more and had a better positive attitude.
Everybody motivated everybody else. It was a heck of a nice peer group. Everyone always had a smile, and you know that everybody there went through certain degrees of pain and discomfort.
I learn a lot from them. I really do. It helps me become a better instructor and a better individual, showing appreciation with everybody with their limitations, being accepting of everybody, a little bit more open, and kind of coming out of my own comfort zone as well.
I have told so many people, about the program, and I said, you've got to try it, you've got to do it, it'll make you feel better, it'll help you get through what you're going through. What it does is it helps you feel like you're back in control.
Physically, I feel a lot better. Mentally, I feel really good, and it's impacted my family to the point that they all say, "You've come back," you know. So it all started with this Live Strong.
Everything that we do in this community, and for people that use the Y and are involved in programs, it's charitable work. Tom Cleary, really embodied the Y. Tom was a top-notch contributor to the legacy of our YMCA. We would not be as strong as we would be today without Tom Cleary.
Tom has been a board member, was a board member for years, and was the chairman of the board in the late 80s, early 90s, and made a great contribution. He not only gave of his time and talent, but was very instrumental in the operation of the Y for years, and is certainly going to be sadly missed. And he not only contributed to the Y, but he was a great community leader.
I met Dean Economist a couple of years ago when I came to town, and Dean told me his family story and why he was engaged as a volunteer in the Y. As a board member, Dean continued to give graciously, of his time and his talent. And, he was engaged in the board. He's a very busy man, but he's had the opportunity to really bring us rich resources.
Dean's been a great Y member, and, on the board for a number of years, has been a contributor, and will certainly, sadly, be sorely missed on the board.
We've had a great year at Camp Fitch, and an opportunity for us to raise $1.2 million. And that wouldn't have gotten done had it not been the efforts of a really super volunteer, someone that's passionate about Camp Fitch, and that's J.D. Murtaugh.
Certainly, if there's anyone who deserves to be the Volunteer of the Year, it's J.D. Name Murtaugh and Camp Fitch are almost synonymous.
J.D. is the ultimate Camp Fitch person, from start to end. His commitment to the mission of what we do is so strong, and his desire to just be present at camp. He'll always say, any excuse to go to camp, just give me an excuse and I'll be there.
When I pull into Camp Fitch, I feel like I'm home. It's like you're in a different world. It's peaceful, it's relaxing. Even though I might be going up there to do a lot of work, laying brick or what we did on Friend Circle, but it was fun. If you don't have a passion, if you don't have something that you're really interested in, what do you have to look forward to? I love going up to Camp Fitch. I look forward to my next trip.
J.D., you really are the man of the year in my mind, in my heart, when it comes to Camp Fitch. You've given so much and in so many different ways, it's hard to describe.
We were able to really create something special because the dollars we raised went to materials, and J.D. recruited the friends to do the work. So thanks, J.D., for everything you did at Camp Fitch. When you walk around the Central YMCA and you engage members here, the first thing that they do is they tell you their story. They start telling about how the Y has impacted them and their families in a positive way. So our work over the last couple of years is to think about how the YMCA in downtown, the Central YMCA, will provide significant service into the next generation.
Well, it's going to be very exciting, and we're still in the planning phase of the renovation, and we're really getting a lot of input from the members and the staff. And as you say, it's not the older, it's the more mature, seasoned members that I think will get the benefit, as well as the newer members, of the changes here at Central.
We're looking at the demand in Western Mahoney County, the people that talk to us that can't make it to our current facilities, that can't get involved. We need to bring a YMCA to them. We've already been fundraising, we've gotten some great gifts, and we're moving towards a new Y in Western Mahoney County in the very near future.
And I think the Austintown Y is going to open up a whole new market for us, and I think there'll be a portion of that market that sees the downtown as a central part a viable facility that has a great community feel.
The more we talk about impact, the more we talk about the life-changing experiences of the Y, and we tell that story to, yes, big donors in town, but also just the regular folks like us.
I was looking for something to try to lift myself out of that blasé life I was in, and this was really the start of it. I felt so much better after I completed it that I joined the Y, actually. So I want to continue working out and getting stronger.
If somebody reiterates that you're smart and that you're intelligent and that you're bright and they give you the opportunity to do better, you'll do better. That's what I want to do for these young people. I want to see the graduation rate change because of the YMCA and because of programs like this.
The best way to thank the financial supporters of the Y and the annual campaign as a whole is just to really show the appreciation and show them their money in action.
Having a child with a disability, it's important for me to have Kenny be accepted. And when I come into the Y, everybody is very kind to Kenny, and I find it to be very genuine. I don't find anybody to be fake. We have a better quality of life because of the Y.